welcome back to the Chapple Show. And money does buy happiness. What? But your parents and your grandparents told you money doesn't buy happiness, and that's what's portrayed to you but through the media. Money doesn't buy happiness. Guess what? Science says yes. You know, for those of you that know me and have watched my videos, you know that I have a deep history in science, and I've read probably 1,000 scientific papers through school and just for fun. And like actually do the research, and money does buy happiness. I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why that's okay too. I'm gonna tell you a quick story here. Is that, you know, when I was in high school, and you know, I was a smart guy. I was doing science, and I liked having a lot of money. I liked spending money. I liked having things, and then but like people would tell me that money's not the most important thing. And it isn't. Money isn't the most important thing. There's lots of things more important, but it was like if money made you happy, then you're a bad person. That's the way it was portrayed. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just go be a doctor, help people, and make money, right? And then as I started going through school, I was just like, well, I just want to make money. Like money, I don't like spending money. I have no interest in buying things. I don't like material things. But the physical collection and the making of money for yourself, that actually makes me happy, and that's okay to admit it. And that's okay to admit it to yourself too. Like some people like to collect art, right? Some people like to play video games. Don't know why. Like some people like to smoke weed, which is legal in a lot of states now in USA. Some people like to, I said shopping. Did I say shopping already? Some people like to buy things, right? Some people like to eat food, certain types of food. I like money. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, and that's okay to admit it to yourself. Now I'm going to talk to you about the science behind that, actually, and how money, it doesn't buy happiness, but it makes you happier having money. And that's why this channel is important. It's to help you make money, too, for the most part, and to motivate you to make money. So, anyways, this was a paper, I didn't write this down. I actually did the research on this about 3 weeks ago. But there was one paper that did a meta-analysis, so a collection of data and some surveys with people. I think it was a few thousand people, so the accuracy on it's probably pretty high. But what they found was that people with the highest incomes reported the greatest degree of happiness and satisfaction of their lives. And this was a 17-page paper, and I read through the entire thing to make sure it wasn't bullshit. It was legit. Now, you know, what can you say about one paper? It's, you know, I like to collect more information, but it was interesting because I had never seen anything like this before. What they found was that, oh, Jesus, that was a horrible 5 that I wrote here. Only 35% of people making, 35% of people, why can't I write on this board right now? Of people making less than, less than's that symbol, right? Yeah, no, that's eating. That's the other way around. Making less than, 30, no, that's greater than, whatever. Less than $35,000 a year. You know what? Jesus, I haven't been to school in a while. I'm forgetting the lesson. That's so embarrassing. That's okay. I'm human. 35% of people making less than $35,000 a year said that they were very happy. That was a key stat from this one paper. What do you think that number is for people making more than $500,000 that they surveyed? This was a few thousand people, so the accuracy is high, but surveys are still kind of sketchy. So people making more than $500,000 a year. How many of them do you think reported being very happy? So we're going to cut this here. That number of the people they surveyed, which might have, I didn't check the number actually, it might have only been like 10 people, might have been 20, 30, because people that make $500,000, there's not a lot of them, right? That's about the 0.5% of the population. Yeah. So out of the people they surveyed, it was 100% reported being very happy and satisfied with their lives. Yeah, we'll just write very happy. Fuck it. Okay. Kind of astounding, right? Because this is, by all means, middle class here, the 35,000. And the more than 500,000 is that's rich. That's the 0.5%, as I was saying. 0.3%, 0.2%, something like that. So isn't that quite amazing that it's only 35% of people that essentially are average only report being very happy? Are you very happy? How much? You don't have to tell me how much money you make, but if you're making around 35K a year, maybe you're making 45, are you happy? Are you very happy? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Do you like your life? Would more income make you happier? And why? Why would more income make you happier? What if you're still at the same job you are at right now, but your salary got doubled? How much happier would that make you? For a lot of people, it's not as much as they might think, because people will still have they still won't make money for themselves. That's what makes a lot of these rich people happy, is that they make the money for themselves. So we have a lot more points here to cover. I'm just going to erase this because I know that it doesn't all fit on the board anymore, and I just dropped the marker. So yeah, what do you think is the number? Oh, and don't erase the title. What do you think is like the amount of income it would take for most people to be happy? There's actually a number for this. There's a scientific number from this paper where it's just like people that made over this amount tended to be very happy. I'll give you a quick second to guess. That number is $75,000 a year. Now that's more than most people make. So I'm going to break this down too. So $75,000, okay, per year. Does anyone know what the median personal income is for an adult in the United States of America? Not the average income, because if you have someone who's making $1 million a year and someone who makes $1,000 a year, the average income is going to be $500,500, something like that, right? So, but the median income would be, well, I guess you would need 3 people for that example, right? So let's just say you have someone making $1 million a year, someone making, I don't know, and you have 2 people making $1 a year. How about that? So the average income would be like 300 grand or something like that. But the median income is the middle number, which is $1, meaning that the middle person in that is making $1. That's what the median number is. So the middle person in the United States that is working makes $30,240 a year. Median personal, P.I, personal income for the United States equals 30,000, which is kind of like I make more than that. A lot more. And my girlfriend makes a lot more than that. That's kind of scary that there's 40-year-olds making that much money out there. Now, saying that the average income's higher because you include Warren Buffett. So people like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they raise this. The average is about it's $44,500. So that's the median personal income for any adult working in the USA. That's good, but still, if you're 40 years old making that, you're still living paycheck to paycheck, I bet. Especially if you have 2 kids, you're probably in debt, right? Like, oh man. I can't imagine being in that situation. I'm sorry if you are and you're listening to this or watching this. So what does this mean? Well, I gave you the number before. This is what it takes for the majority of people to be happy. This number here, we're going to take the median number here. Does anyone remember the first number I gave you in this video? 35% of people making $35,000 or less are very happy. The middle person in the United States that's working makes a lot less than $35,000 a year. That means that most people aren't happy because they don't make enough money. The middle person, more than half of the people in the United States don't make enough money to be happy. How crazy is that? Most people don't make enough money to be happy. Still, that's in a capitalistic society. Excuse me. I understand how that can happen. It's just kind of crazy to think like, man, the cutoff number is 75,000 before 50% of people will be happy. That's the cutoff number, 75,000. And the average, the median income is 30,000. Like, oh my goodness, I still can't believe that. So what would it take for you to make $75,000 a year? I kind of broke this down. It's a lot easier than you think when you actually break it down. So $75,000 a year, what would it take? Well, you got to earn $1,500 a week if you were to work 52 weeks a year. That's not too shabby. Like if you're working real estate, that's what, one sale a month, roughly, which is that's pretty good. That also equates to, you got to make $288 for every business day. So every day you're in work, you got to make $288. And when you divide that by 8, I'm just doing the math here in my head, that's about $35 an hour, roughly. That's it, eh? So if you were to work every business day and you made $35 an hour, that's about 75 grand. So you're doing pretty good, 35 to 40 an hour. Yeah, so anyways, that works out to, if you're a self-employed person, you're a freelancer, it's $200 a day you need to make if you were to work every day. $200. If you have passive income, $200. I'm on YouTube, man. It's a lot easier than you think. These videos, like, they produce a lot more money than gaming channels and science channels. I've done both of those. I need like 1/8 the amount of views on education videos and finance videos to make the same. So for example, on my science channel, actually no, we'll go gaming channel. On my gaming channel, I would make the same amount of money. So if I had a gaming channel with a gaming video with 20,000 views, for example, I would only really need about 1,000 to 2,000 views on a business video to get the same amount of money. On my science, the ratio is about 1,000 views on business to 7,000 views on science. So these, like, make some education videos. If you're good at piano stuff, if you're good at music, teach people how to play music. It's a nice passive income, I'm telling you guys. I mean, like, I love educating you guys. I look forward to filming these. Like, I look forward to talking. I know that's something weird, but it's cool that I make money from it too. It's something that you guys can do. And this could help bump up your income tens of thousands of dollars a year. I'm telling you. I mean, I've done it, right? You can do it. You can do it. I promise you. So I have some I guess we'll go to the third part of this podcast and video here. This is, we're going to end it on a kind of a sad but also appreciative note. And this is something that you've probably heard at least once. But does anyone know what the median income is? The median household income is for the world. So I'll give you an example here. So median income for a household in the United States. So household meaning it's not your personal income, so it's different from the thing 5 minutes ago. Household is, husband, wife, both their incomes combined. So the median for that is about 50 grand. I don't have that number in front of me, but I know it's about 50, 51-ish. Median household income in the USA is 50 grand. So that's pretty good. Still, you're not even close enough to be happy, right? Now, what do you think it is, the median household income, actually, we don't need to write that again. What do you think it is for the world? The median household income for the entire world. Take a guess. This is accounting for places that are, Norway and Sweden that are doing very well. China's doing better. India, but it's also accounting for places like Nigeria, and counting for like Zimbabwe or Indonesia, Thailand. Australia is doing pretty well. Mexico is doing okay. Everywhere in the world, the median household income, $9,700. US dollars. Crazy, eh? Now, saying that the paper that says that you need to make 75,000 US dollars a year to be very happy, that's only for the US. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of places where I'm just saying in Africa, where the feeling of family and being poor and struggling can make you happy, like appreciate the people next to you. But when one of them gets sick or something like that, or when you can't afford food or whatever, you're pretty sad for the most part. But this is something to kind of appreciate what you got here. So now back to our number of the average personal income, or median personal income was $30,000 a year in the US. Okay, if you earn greater than, that's the greater than symbol. Duh. If you earn greater than $34,000 a year, then there's the puppy. The puppy's here. If you earn greater than $34,000 a year, US dollars, you are in the top 1% of income earners of the world. So you are literally in the 1% of the world for income. For the world here. If you earn $34,000 a year or more. Isn't that crazy? I mean, think about that. It puts it in perspective how poor some places are, poor most people are. How lucky I am to live in Canada, how lucky you are to live in, probably most of you are from America, how lucky you are to live in America. Even places like Mexico, that's better than, a lot of places in Africa and South America, and places that don't have a system set up to help everyone. So I think the moral of this is kind of make as much money as you can, but also try to give back a little bit. Now, make your money first before you give back. That's a mistake that a lot of people make. If you're making 50 grand a year and you're trying to give to charity, don't fucking do that. Invest. Why? Invest in yourself so that you can give back, I don't know, $10,000 instead of $500 to $1,000, right? Make yourself a millionaire first, and then give. What I plan on doing, this is how I'll wrap up the podcast. Actually, did you guys see the Tesla Solar City merged? I think last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. So that's good for them. But that connects to the story. So what I want to do is I'm going to build up a real estate company and networking company and program and all this stuff. I'm going to build up a lot of ways to make money, okay? And now, after that, that's when I want to start building companies that are like Tesla, that are like Solar City, that are good for the world, that are like, Bill Gates. Bill Gates eradicated polio with his charity. Do you guys hear that? It's not eradicated, but it's almost gone, just because he threw some money at it. And didn't he do something? Didn't he give clean water to 10 million people in Africa? Oh, man, that's the stuff that I would want to do one day. But for me personally, I just think it's cool, how Solar City powers an island of tens of thousands of people with their solar panels. and it saves like 109,000 gallons of oil, 109,625 gallons of oil or natural gas or diesel fuel a year by just using solar panels. Like, that's the kind of company that I'd want to build, like a green company that could help make me money, because I like money, but also like give back to the world, I guess. So what would you guys want to do? What would you guys do what's your dream company? I know most of you watching this want to set up your own company. What's your ideal company? Would you want to go into real estate? Tech company, an app company, website company, investing company, hedge fund? What is it? I'm curious to know. Is it a retail? A restaurant? I don't know. Mine's real estate and some green tech in the future, but real estate for now. So anyways, I'd like to thank you very much for watching or listening on the podcast. Send in your questions, as always, to @JACKCHAPPLESCI on Twitter. I will probably make videos on those. So just send me your questions on Twitter. I'll leave a link in the description. Send me your questions on Facebook, CHAPPLEREI, or you can just email me, which I won't disclose in this video, but you can email me. I just get emails every day, and I'm just kind of sick of those. So just tweet at me or Facebook. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. You're all very beautiful people, and I'll see you guys next time.